The Howl Beneath the Ice. The ice fishermen had been on Frostbite Lake since dawn, their gear scattered across the frozen expanse. Ethan, a seasoned fisherman, led the group, his younger brother Jason tagging along reluctantly. Their friend Mike, the loudest and most adventurous of the bunch, brought enough beer to last them until nightfall. As the sun dipped low on the horizon, a strange howl swept across the lake. At first they dismissed it as the wind, though it carried an odd, mournful tone that raised the hairs on their necks. "Just the wind through the trees," Ethan said, though his voice lacked conviction. They continued drilling holes in the thick ice, their breath fogging in the frigid air. Jason hesitated, his eyes scanning the vast whiteness around them. "It doesn't sound like wind," he muttered. Mike laughed, cracking open another beer. "Relax, Jason. Probably just some coyote or—" The howl came again, louder this time and closer. The men exchanged uneasy glances but said nothing. Ethan's drill hit water, and he quickly set up his line. The others followed, eager to distract themselves. Hours passed in silence, save for the occasional clink of gear or the faint creak of the ice. Then Ethan's line jerked. "Got something," he called, reeling in with steady hands. The line resisted, pulling harder than any fish he'd ever hooked. "Must be a big one," Mike said, grabbing a net. The line tugged violently, nearly pulling Ethan off balance. With a grunt, he yanked it up, and something pale broke the surface. A hand. The men froze. It was skeletal but eerily intact, the fingers curled as if clutching something invisible. Water dripped from its yellowed bones, freezing into icy tendrils. "Jesus Christ!" Jason shouted, stumbling back. Mike, now sober, stared in horror. "What the hell is that?" Before they could react, the ice beneath them groaned. A long, deep crack snaked across the surface, spreading outward from the hole. "Move!" Ethan yelled, but it was too late. The ice shattered with a deafening roar, and the men scrambled as frigid water surged up. Something massive and dark writhed beneath the surface, its form obscured by the churning water. Two glowing eyes emerged, locking onto the men with a malevolent intelligence. Jason screamed as a tendril of ice shot out, coiling around his leg and dragging him toward the hole. Ethan grabbed him, but the force was too strong. Jason's cries were cut short as he was pulled under. "Run!" Ethan shouted, grabbing Mike by the arm. They stumbled across the ice, the howling now deafening. Behind them, the creature broke through the surface, its form a horrifying amalgamation of frozen flesh and jagged ice. It moved with unnatural speed, the glow of its eyes piercing through the swirling snow. Ethan and Mike reached the shore, collapsing in the snow. They turned back just in time to see the creature retreat into the lake, its howls fading as the ice sealed itself once more. The men never returned to Frostbite Lake. Years later, locals whispered of the cursed waters, of the howls that echoed in the night. Some claimed to see glowing eyes beneath the ice, watching, waiting for its next victims.